Right now, joining us from Washington is Marco Rubio, Senate candidate for the state of Florida. Good morning to you, Mr. Rubio.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Do you feel like you're traveling all over Florida as you stump for Senate. Are the people of Florida happy with the federal response? Or are they going, hey, there's 1 million skimmers in this world and we got 5 off the shore?
Of course they're not happy. I mean, we're talking about the richest, most powerful country in the world, and we're picking up oil with shovels and paper and plastic bags, and you're absolutely right. I mean, you would think that at this point every skimmer on the planet Earth would be working off the coasts of Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, et cetera, and they're not. They're not out there. And this has been a federal government that's been slow and inadequate to respond, and now Florida's paying a heavy price. You know, the panhandle of Florida has some of the nicest, most beautiful beaches and the best fishing in the world. It's an economic engine for our state that employs hundreds of thousands of people and creates all sorts of economic activity. It's also a way of life. It's where we've raised our families. It's where we've gone out for years and created memories. To think that all of that could be deprived of us now because of, number one, a bad actor in this company, and number two, because of such an inadequate and incompetent response by the federal government is both heartbreaking and unacceptable.
Sure. I know your Senator Lemieux is trying to get some answers from the government. They want to know, hey, how many nations offered help, whether it's skimmers or other vessels, and we turned them down? Because there is a perception, as you know, Marco, that because of this Jones Act, the White House is protecting union jobs on ships.
Then go out and buy every skimmer in the world. I mean, they're spending billions of dollars on this response. Do what has to be done to deal with this issue. Instead, they've dithered, they've dropped the ball, they've been slow to respond, they've been great at the photo ops, you know, walks on the beach and all kinds of pictures, but nothing's happening. And Florida's paying a terrible, terrible price.
Well, now, according to Charlie Crist, however, who you're running against, the White House has done a good job. He said that just a week ago.
Well, obviously, I mean, yesterday is evidence that that's not true. The fact that we have oil now washing up on the beach, that the problem's getting worse, not better, that all they talk about are lawsuits and indictments. Well, what about the cleanup first? That's what we want them focused on. The White House is not doing a good job, and Governor Crist, I think, unfortunately, has taken that tack because of political reasons. He wants the support of Barack Obama's supporters. But at the end of the day, the most important thing here is dealing with this oil spill, and it's not being dealt with. And what we need is the kind of leadership that pressures the White House aggressively, the way you see Bobby Jindal doing in Louisiana.
All right. Marco Rubio, who wants to be the senator from Florida. Sir, thank you very much for joining us today from D.C.
Thank you.
You bet.